demons, and welcome to Warhammer Weekly. I have not covered Warhammer news or anything like that in about 3 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks I've actually missed. This is the third week since the last one that I did, and this is episode 71. Yeah, you may have noticed on the channel there has basically been nothing. I've done a few Fortnite item shops, and I think legitimately I have not done anything else in a while. I might have done... Did I do a general Fortnite video? I don't even know. There are reasons. I'm not going to get into them in this video. I don't know if I'm going to cover them at all. But, yeah, we are back. We have Well, actually, we have very little to be talking about. I have grabbed everything from the last 3 weeks that I haven't spoken about yet. And, yeah, we're just going to go through them. So... yeah, let's just jump straight into it. No pickups because, yeah, I don't think I got anything. I may have got a shipment of Storm whatever, but I actually don't remember. It's been a while, but yeah, we'll jump into topics and check everything out that we've missed.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
And starting off, it is of course a new month, and the monthly model this time around is going to be a well, it's going to be a Space Marine model, because the Space Marine Scouts obviously came back in a new kit for Kill Team, and yeah, that was a little while ago now, but from the 3rd of August, so yesterday, we're going to be getting a Space Marine Scout as your monthly model. It's multi-kit, I do believe. It doesn't specify. I'm double-checking that. I don't think it specifies, but yeah, if you want to get a new Scout... I think it's a pretty cool model, to be honest. A pretty good kit overall. So, yeah, nice to get that there. And then, otherwise, for the monthly coin, this time around it is Skaven. Obviously, once again, playing into the whole Age of Sigmar Skaven-tied stuff. And, yeah, it's a Skaven coin. It's just the generic Skaven symbol with a bit of, like, cracked material behind it, sort of thing. Nice aesthetic, but I think I actually have two other Skaven logo coins already in my collection. It's just so weird that they keep doing that same symbol. There's only so much, I suppose, that you can do for Skaven, but yeah, a bit interesting. They've done quite a lot of Skaven coins. I don't even have all of them by any means, but I definitely have at least two of this exact symbol, just in a different design, which is just kind of funny to me. But yeah, there you go. They're available now, so make sure to go into your local Warhammer store and pick those up if you are interested. But moving on to some, well, less direct Warhammer stuff, some of the third-party stuff, and that is, we're going to start with the DK Books Expansive Guide, the ultimate guide for Warhammer 40k, and yeah, this looks like a pretty interesting, like, encyclopedia, you know, photo encyclopedia, whatever you want to call it, of Warhammer 40k stuff. So, yeah, I've never actually... I didn't realise that there was stuff like this for 40k. I've never come across it before. I don't know if this is a brand new concept. But either way, 334 pages of visual dictionary, essentially. Very, very cool, in my opinion. It goes through a lot of different models throughout the years, kind of like the evolution of them. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of information about different paint jobs and different, like, emblems and stuff like that. But, yeah, overall, some very fun stuff indeed. And, yeah, this might be something that I pick up as a bit of a coffee table sort of book. Definitely something worth reading. And I believe there is going to be a digital version of it, if it isn't already out. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere a listing for it. So, yeah, very, very cool there. And, yeah, it's DK, so... probably won't be too expensive. I'd probably expect it to be around £30, which for a visual dictionary is about standard. But, yeah, looks pretty good, and, yeah, it's good to see something book-related from 40k that isn't either a novel or another codex. So, yeah, pretty cool there. The DK Expansive Guide, the ultimate guide. Very cool. And another thing to go over just from third parties, we have a new Wētā workshop statue, I suppose. And this one is of, oh my god, it's of the beautiful Abaddon the Despoiler. This guy looks great. I love Abaddon's regular model. It is a wonderful, wonderful model. I still have yet to actually build it, but I do own it. I will build and paint it one day, I promise. But yeah, this statue looks absolutely excellent. The details are brilliant, and yeah, in general, just a very, very cool new sculpture model, whatever you want to call it, from Wētā. So I don't actually know if I'm saying Wētā Workshop correctly or Wētā. I don't actually know. But yeah, looks very, very cool. And yeah, hopefully this is a good sign of what we're getting in the future. I know I very much, when Wētā Workshop were announced to be working on stuff, I was very much like, oh, they're going to make like replicas and stuff. And the fact that I think this is the first proper product we've seen from them as a statue, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense from them because they are statue makers. I do though hope that we do end up getting some 40k replica weapons, whether that's power swords, even like just the bolter. I know it's not really their wheelhouse. They do a lot more sword stuff, but yeah, very interesting seeing what comes of Wētā with 40k. But yeah, in any case, we do have Abaddon the Despoiler. Very, very cool to see. But moving on to models with 40k, we do have the new Blood Angels Codex and Army set, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here. We do get a new Chaplain, I believe it is, with the Black Rage either way, so very cool model there. And yeah, we do have a lot to go over, but I'm going to be completely honest. When it comes to Blood Angels, I don't know enough about them to really go over everything in too much detail. The new kits look great, don't get me wrong, and there's some great fodder here for other factions. But yeah, the other major like reveal from here is the new version of Astaroth, which is the High Chaplain of the Blood Angels. And he looks absolutely excellent. He's got big wings. The skull pauldron, which is very cool, giant power axe, just a lot of really nice stuff. And yeah, otherwise, like, we've got the upgrade sprue, we've got all the, general stuff, like the cards and stuff. But yeah, I'd overall say this is one of the less interesting factions to be getting their own stuff. Yeah, I don't know, Blood Angels to me have always been kind of, why do they have a codex? They're a bit too, I don't know, they're a bit too boring. They don't have that much going for them that you can't just represent with other Space Marine, chapters. So, yeah, their aesthetics are very cool. I do like the skulls, I do like the blood, the vampire aesthetic, all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, nothing too special there, in my opinion. But still, good to see more stuff coming out. And, yeah, for Space Marine fans, especially those of the Blood Angels, very, very cool indeed. And that brings us to the final few things, which are mostly just, teasers, essentially. Starting off, of course, with our Middle Strategy Battle Game monthly, revisit. So, last month, or not last month, but June, we did get the teaser, which showed, like, another horse rider, essentially, and this time around we are actually seeing what that model is, and it is Erna, the Last King of Gondor. A character I am somewhat familiar with, but not one that exactly gives me a lot of interest. But yeah, a horse rider model with a lance, like a flagpole sort of thing. There is also an on-foot variant of him, and yeah, these look good. These look like good models. Nothing too interesting. I do like the horse overall. The horse is pretty good. The shield design, obviously, very excellent. The life tree sort of design, very cool. But yeah, nothing too special, it has to be said. But I'm sure people that are fans of the character are going to really enjoy this model. And yeah, once again, just good to have another character available in, the Middle of Strategy Game. I keep wanting to call it Lord of the Rings Strategy Game. I don't know why. But, yeah, good to see a new character there. And as for the teaser for the next month, it appears to be something orc-related. I could be wrong there, but it is a mask. It almost looks like a berserker to me. A mask with, like, horns coming out of it, like a bit of strapping around it. It's kind of interesting. I wonder what it's going to be. As I say, I'm leaning towards maybe an orc berserker or something like that. But we'll see for sure in the future. But yeah, that's our recap on Middle-earth for this month, or, for July at the very least. And yeah, pretty cool for fans of Middle-earth. For me, though, not all that interesting. So that brings us to the 3 Rumour Engines that we have. So starting off with the 16th of July 2024, and this appears to be some sort of scanning equipment. That's all I can really take from it. It looks like some sort of ruins or some sort of, I don't really know what else it's supposed to be, with some sort of scanner or projector of some kind. I'm leaning on this being like Mechanicum. It definitely looks Imperium in origin, but there's not really too much to go off here, in my opinion. I almost feel like they've edited this to remove more of the image, to make it so it's just this part, but yeah, I'm not sure completely. It could very easily be like Wētā or something, which would be pretty interesting, but yeah, overall, I'm definitely leaning for 40k, just due to the fact it looks like a scanner, and at the very least, I think this is probably humanoid, like non-Xenos, though, I mean, obviously it depends what your perspective of Wētā is, but yeah, it looks very interesting to me. It probably is going to be a pretty good model, but we'll find out in the future, I suppose. And then for the 23rd of July, we're jumping back into what appears to be some AOS with a feathered cloak. It looks pretty interesting overall. Nothing too special. This could really go for any faction, but it's definitely leaning into that sort of AOS sort of art style. And yeah, looks interesting, looks cool. Not really much I can say about it, unfortunately, but yeah, either way, it's still something cool, something new to be seeing, and yeah, hopefully the model is actually quite nice. And so, finally, we have the Rumour Engine for the 30th of July, and this one is a toolkit being held by what looks like a robot hand or claw or something like that. And once again, I'm assuming this is probably Imperium. I'm leaning on something like Mechanicum potentially, might be Servitors even. But either way, looks pretty interesting. Nothing too special, nothing stands out too heavily. But yeah, it's a locked box, like a toolbox style container. Nothing really, no insignias, anything like that. It could even be something for Necromunda for all we know, but yeah, definitely leaning Imperium or at least human in origin, and yeah, looks pretty interesting overall. But yeah, that's all I can really say about it. So on that note, that's going to be it for this episode of Warhammer Weekly. Hopefully I will get back into doing them actually weekly. I've had a lot going on, and as I say, I'm not going to get too much into it, but a lot has been happening recently, and I've not really felt like recording, which is also why this is the first video in about 3 weeks, the first proper video especially. But yeah, in any case, that is going to be it from me. So, I've been gone a little while, so I'd really appreciate if you do enjoy the video, like it. It just helps me get back into the algorithm, get recommended to people, stuff like that. Otherwise, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, ring that bell so you never miss an upload. And otherwise, comment below thoughts and feelings on any of the topics discussed today. Are you interested in that Abaddon statue? For me, I think it's going to be too expensive. Abaddon is a character I really like, but I'm happy enough just having the mini. So I'm not really too bothered about the statue, even though it looks excellent. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what Wētā does in the future. But yeah, let me know about that and any other topics you want to discuss in the comments below. And otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye!
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but worlds divine. I just wanna take